What's up, nerds? I'm here doing guitar music theory lesson. Yeah. So the goal of this is just assuming you don't have any music theory knowledge, right? Um, Assuming you don't know how to form chords and shit like that. Like that. It's kind of a lick or something based around chords and chord progressions and shit. I don't know. I feel like I should show a demo or something of what you can do with a guitar. I don't know, man. Anyway, before we even get into the guitar, right? I can put the guitar down. I'm not going to we gotta learn about notes and shit, right? So you should know, right? The notes in music, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Like that's a note, that's a note, that's a note, that's a note, that's a note. That sounds like a bad note. You'll learn later on, what makes a good note and a bad note. Those are bad notes, but those can be good notes. I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, a note is just it's one of those, right? That's a note. Um, so the notes go A through G, right? I mean, you know that. Everyone knows that. A B C D E F G, right? A B C D E F G. Now what you might not know, there's notes in between those notes, right? So that's 8 notes right there. A B C D E F G. I lied, it's 7. I miscounted. Um, in between all those notes, there's a little halfway point, right? So you got A here and B here. There's something in the middle there, a half note in between. So A and B, and something in the middle. That something in the middle, right? It's called a sharp. Sharps are basically like half notes, right? So when you're counting up a scale or notes in general, right? You don't go A straight to B. There's a little thing in the middle. That half note, A sharp. A, A sharp. B. Same for I don't know, D to E, right? D, D sharp, E. Let's look at this, right? Um, that's an A, right? A, that's B, right? See the 5th fret on my E string right there? I'm hitting an A. That's an A note. That note is A, right? That note is B. So the 5th is an A. 7th is a B. What's that 6th fret, right? There's your A sharp, right? So you don't just go A straight to B. There's a little thing in the middle, that half note, that A sharp. So A sharp, B. Let's make it simple. D to E, right? That's a D. And that's an E. The little thing in the middle right there, this one, that's a D sharp. A, D sharp, B. D, D sharp, E. And you can do this for anything. F, F sharp, G, or whatever you want. Now, there's 2 exceptions, right? And you gotta remember these. B and E, they don't get sharps. Little mnemonic device, they say big elephants don't get sharps. So instead, what you do, right? That little halfway point, right? That A sharp, B. Say you're starting B here, right? And C's here. There's nothing in the middle here. It just goes B straight to C. So same thing with E and F, right? D, D sharp, E. Then E, nothing here. straight to F, right? So like with that knowledge, now you can count up from A to G. A, let's do this. A sharp, B. There is no B sharp. It just goes straight to C. Means the next one, C. So A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D sharp, E. Remember, E was the other special one, right? E doesn't get a sharp. It just goes straight to F. So D, F, F sharp, G. And there you go. You just counted from A to G. That's all the notes. All the notes we have. So make sure to kind of drill that into your head, right? Just like remember that. I don't know, write it down, tattoo it, carve it into your eye sockets, whatever. Just like remember that, right? There's a half step called a sharp. And B and E, they don't get sharps. Now, we do that. We use sharps when we're going up, right? When we're going down, we use flats, we call them, right? It's the same shit, but just a different name, right? So, okay, so like, a little halfway point between the notes, right? A here, B here, right? A little halfway point. That A sharp, right? So, say you're counting up, right? A sharp, B, easy. It just rolls off the tongue, right? But sometimes it can get a little confusing when you're counting down. B, A sharp, I don't know, it's just confusing sometimes. So what we do, we're going down. We call it a flat. So A, that little halfway point, B. We're counting from A to B, going up. We say A sharp. When we're going down from B to A, we say B flat. So A sharp is here, B flat is also here. That's the same note. A sharp and B flat are the same note. So, with that knowledge, right, knowing that B and E don't get sharps, you can figure out what two notes don't get flats. Think about it, right? B doesn't get a sharp, which means there is no halfway point between B and C. So that means there would be no C flat. E doesn't get one either, so there would be no F flat. So, remember, B and E don't get sharps. C and F don't get flats. So let's count again, right? Starting at A. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D. Ah, I messed that up. I miscounted. Hold on. A sharp, D. What am I doing? What? Okay, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. Okay, now let's count down from G to A. G, G flat, F. Remember, F doesn't get a flat because there's no halfway between E and F. So F, E, E flat, D, D flat, C. C doesn't get a flat either, right? Because there's no halfway point between B and C. So C, C flat, which is B. C, you can say C flat or you can say B. C, B, B flat, A. Awesome. Okay. That's all the notes. There's all these different frets here, but you only gotta remember those 12 notes. Yeah, practice that, and then move on to the next section. Okay, so for the next section, right? This whole video, this first video in this series, right? This is all just about notes, right? Because you really gotta understand what is a note. You gotta understand notes before you can do anything, right? Before you start building skills and building chords and all that, you gotta understand like what you're actually doing. So I told you there's 12 notes, right? But there's all these frets all over the place, right? So we're learning about octaves now, right? This is where shit gets crazy, right? Because like, look at this, right? F, That's a D. That's also a D. That's also a D. That's also a D. That's also a D. Is D's everywhere? It's crazy. The same for any note. A, that's the same one. Again, A, A, A. It's anywhere. So we call that an octave, right? So basically, an octave is like a particular range of notes. So you got from A to G, right? You have from A to G, okay? That's all the notes. But once you go to G, right? It's not like the fretboard just ends. No, you got all this stuff right here, and all the stuff down here, all this. So once you keep counting, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it goes back and starts again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, from now to eternity, right? It doesn't stop. All it does, it gets higher in pitch, right? Look at this, right? Start at A, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then back to A. So we just played the same 8 notes, but multiple times. So this particular range, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That'd be an octave, and then that'd be an octave up because you're going to that higher pitch A, right? That lower A and that higher A, right? You would say that the higher A, this A, is 1 octave above this A. Same goes for any note, right? Basically, all you gotta remember, you counting up the notes, they keep going, just keep going, a higher and higher pitch. It's pretty easy. Everything in this video is pretty easy. You just gotta remember, like, I don't know, this is easy shit. Just remember how notes work. It's gonna get crazy the next one, yeah. Also, make sure you have your straight names memorized, right? E, A, D, G, B, E. You gotta have that memorized. You do. Don't say like 3rd string from the top, 4th string from the bottom. Don't use that. You gotta have it memorized, right? E, A, D, G, B, E. Yeah. So that's about it in this video. Before you move on to the next one, make sure you understand there's 8 notes, but there's actually more than that. It's 12. I don't know why I said that. There's 12 notes. Remember that there's 12 notes, right? And it's 8 of the regular ones, and then the sharps and the flats in the middle. You make sure you memorize which notes don't get sharps or flats. Make sure you remember what octaves are, how they work and stuff. Yeah, it's easy. Everything in this video is pretty easy. You should probably be able to move right on to the next one. Okay. I don't know. I didn't think of like a conclusion or something. I'm gonna stop recording.